Hello guys, welcome back to another Lumley trading video. In this one we're going to be doing our daily trading recap. This is for August 22nd. So to get straight into it, again we'll go over everything we posted in the Discord, free to join as always in the description. So this is where we ended last recap, so you can go and check the previous video if you want to see from there. But now all we're looking at is some extended hours scalps. Now what are these entering on? Really, I don't even have to post the same thing every time because it's the same thing we're looking at every time. We're looking at gap fills, basically in to fill more gaps. So here you can see perfect entry on the NQs or MNQs, trading down to that range. Same thing, well, we've got that trade, then we got that trade. Now, if we go over to the NQs, why did we take these trades? So we had gaps left unfilled. We had a gap here left on NQs. This was created on the 2:34 p.m. candle. So what happened as news started to push, or as futures opened back up? Again, normally I never trade this part here. Once market close, I will be done. But then they opened back up at 6 p.m. I believe market time. Yeah, 6 p.m. market time. Don't trade the first bit of it, and then I kind of just wait for there to be a move. And is there reasons to enter? So we had a gap created here. We had a gap created here. Not only that, we also had a gap from the first bit of extended hours right on that mean at 9906. And not only that, we still have one gap left unfilled from from yesterday around midday of trading at 19781. So we had a lot of reasons to play to the downside. We had one upside gap to fill. So what happened when we came up and we filled that last gap? We get our pullback, and basically a great entry to be short. Not only was it our gap fill and our last kind of upside target, it was also the VWAP extension, which can just always give you a bit of added confluence. And not only that, again, RSI was trading at divergence. So really there was just a real lot of reasons to start entering these shorts. So again, we can get short here. We can play to that first gap fill. Again, here, pre-market and extended hours, you do shy levels a lot of the time. So you'll kind of come close by a point or two, and then you tend to bounce sometimes a bit early. So that's why we take profits earlier on these after when extended hour moves. You don't play exactly to the gap fill. But overall, again, we'll try to just go through all of these. You get the gaps here. We're trading down to these targets. These are the extended hour trades that we kind of got last night, early morning. And again, what did we say? They'll come down and fill all three of these gaps. And again, we put this in the Discord. In shorts. We're in shorts there. We're targeting in shorts there. Targeting that, and that. Again, what time did we post this? We can see 8:13 p.m. So we go to the chart. Where's 8:13 p.m.? So 8:13 p.m. is right here. Again, catch the absolute peak. Both of these peaks we called to the penny. Both of those peaks we caught. We played that pullback. Then we could play that one. And this was a nice one that actually went to go and fill all these left unopened gaps. So we had those. And the reason we take profits when we finish off at that gap was, yes, we have one more unfinished gap down here. But are we likely to do that move on no catalyst? No, that's a big move, and especially something to do in extended hours with no catalyst is very unlikely. So we know, okay, we'll target these three gaps, and that's where we can take our profit. So again, it's using targets as well as a bit of common sense and thinking, where can the market move without its catalyst? So that goes over that trade. So again, that worked out perfectly. Now we can continue up. So let's just see. So again, I'm off the I'm off, so we'll post what I'm looking at when I load it. Yeah, so basically, again, we were getting all these gap shorts, we're taking profits on the way down. But again, 8:30 p.m. market time is around 2:30 my time, AM. So again, wanted to get off for the night, and then we can come back and see what happens at the morning. So 6:55 market time, what happened? We called literally what we went through. All these targets hit perfectly. So now we're looking at, what are we looking at coming into market hours? 9:33, market has just opened. What are we looking at? So the fill area should fill completely. The orange box below should fill, but only run more with profit. So what this normally means, like when we say this, the way to look at this is this, we would, again, nothing's going to be 100% in the market. But this kind of range, we would expect near enough, 95% chance that we fill all of that. This second range down here, we just run a bit of profits because that's probably got closer to like a 75%, 60% chance of filling. So again, what happened? We called that out. Again, we called that at 9:33. The candle was this candle here. This green candle here is when we called this. And what do? We call that down move. That's where that orange, the first box fills. And then you got the second one that runs a bit there too. But overall, we had that kind of whole box as a nice move over a 1 point move over on the QQQs. We can see that was actually a nearly just under 2 points. So a nice move to be able to predict. Again, whether that's with options or futures, it's a relatively nice move to catch. So that filled completely. Now we did go over here. We can use reds as short areas. So again, the way we normally trade this is we'll come in, we'll trade this first move. But again, sometimes it will just open and dump. So we want to have some size in. That's normally smaller size. So today was nice. We did get the prediction right, but this is where we'd normally get the main size in. And these are just areas where we'd look to short. In this case, we did not hit them. The dump just wanted to happen and it wanted to be quick. And again, that's because we had a lot of downside targets as we'll continue to go through. So these would have been nice shorts if we were able to get some pops. But in this case, we didn't. So again, we just kind of short that opening move and just kind of run top of the box to bottom of the box. Normally it's nice if you can get these extended moves, but again, you're not always going to get them. Now, that was the main move. And then also just one other thing we wanted to talk about was on the ES, you have the statistical mean, the 1 year, and then on SPY, you had it below current price. So normally what happens when you have these is they will try and bounce between the two. So normally you can trade one to the other. So in this case, the ES1 is where we were currently trading. So you can short down to the SPY one. So again, that provides quite a nice move, about a point or so. And then what you will see is that also did hit. There we go, easy on the SPY, predicted that downward move. And again, that did work with the thing we were looking at on the Qs, where again, that did kind of take us down for our TPs. It was all around the same area, so they're working in conjunction, which is just being nice. We also have a snowflake play, so an individual stock. We'll go through that at the end if you care about the individual stocks. But overall, again, that filled, and it was also magnets down because we also had gaps to fill on the NQ. So again, we can pull that up on the chart real quick. We zoom out, we kind of go to where markets opened. Again, you had a gap created here, you had a gap created there and there. So again, these are just more magnets to bring us down because we expect to fill these to the downside. Again, we still have those two, or we still have a few gaps to the downside down at these levels. From previous days. Again, if you kind of zoom out a bit, we've gone to 5 day 5 minute just to zoom out. Again, the main one that we look forward to the downside now is the 1971. But again, is there a catalyst to drive us down? We have flash PMI and unemployment claims. Again, unemployment claims is that small move there. Flash PMI is 945. It's kind of that candle there. So overall, these aren't really catalyst enough to kind of bring us down. So again, there is definitely a chance we hit this, but it's not something we have high conviction in. So we're not going to trade it with really any size or big size at all. We had the high probability trades, which was that move there on the short, but getting that extra move down there isn't as likely, so we don't trade it. So carry on with what else did we post? Actually, that was the main thing we posted, or that was basically the indices done. So when we're looking at SPY and we're looking at Qs as well as the NASDAQ futures and ES futures. So that's all the futures, and again, basically predicted near enough perfectly. Again, in the Discord for free, just join the description. Now, one other thing we did go through, and actually one last thing, I didn't actually post this in the Discord, but they are reasons again to magnet down. So we had untouched anchored VWAP on SPY, again from that low down to here. That's a magnet you expect to touch normally this next day if it hasn't touched in that trading day. So again, same thing on QQQs, we had that low, hadn't been touched, so you expect a magnet down to that level. So that was just more reasons to kind of just be bearish on the day, at least for that opening drive. So the last thing then that we need to go through, or don't need to, but we can go through, is the snowflake play. So they just had their earnings, we had quite a nice move down, and then we can also get some nice targets on a move like this. I haven't actually checked it in a while, but if we go over to snow, we can start seeing, has it played out yet? Just waiting for the anchor VWAP to load. It will be anchored from this high, because again, that's the earnings move. So it hasn't touched as of yet, but you anchor the high of earnings, you see it running down. And basically our short entry can be whenever we kind of touch this anchor VWAP. So this one hasn't played out just as of yet, we haven't touched it. But that is a trade we are looking at. And again, if we go over to Snowflake, what we can see is we do have targets to the downside. If these hit now, then we probably won't look for that short play anymore, because you've got statistical mean from the 6 month there, and then you've got the 1 year first standard deviation. So you have the levels to target, but again, we only will target these if we can hit the shorts before. So it will kind of be a bit above where the normal VWAP is. We're probably kind of trading around this area here. So if you can hit a short around 120, you can target as low as kind of 114.77. That's a nice risk to reward. But again, if we kind of hit these levels first, like if we hit this statistical mean before we hit that anchor VWAP, then we may kind of just skip out on that trade and just wait for a better setup to come, because right now again we are getting a lot of good setups, and if we're able to just trade the Qs and the SPYs as good as we have been literally this whole week, if you've been watching the recaps, there's no reason to force non-quality setups on other stocks. But overall, that is the breakdown. We are basically done for the day now. The only thing we will be looking at is again coming into basically what we do every day. If you go to the top of what we're looking at today, it's when we start trying to play these after or extended hour gap. So again, this is when futures open back up 6 p.m. market time, and if we can get some good trades there, it's normally quite easy to trade on there because you're not super volatile, so you can trade the futures quite clean in that kind of market. So if it goes to these extended hours, we'll look to trade it. I may not be able to actually trade today's extended hours, but if so, you will see it in the Discord, but I don't think I will have time, so it'll probably just be starting off from here tomorrow. But again, you'll see this in Friday's recap. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you next one, and that's it. Peace.